Greetings to everyone joining this broadcast. Thank you very much, Jerry Arabian. Thank you very much. We see your hands there. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, everyone joining us. It's happening right here, right now on the African Portal Radio TV International. We're going to be having one of our great citizens of Africa in the studio with me that will be having this conversation together. To those of you joining us, please share, like, comment. Your comment means a lot to us. We expect a lot of people to join us as we'll be talking about the book. We'll be talking about a journey. We'll be talking about things that you need to know about this great woman of our time. Let me take time to welcome the great woman of our time onto the African Portal Radio TV International, where everyone have a say. Welcome to the African Portal. Let me take time to introduce you to my listeners, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Yes, thank you, Joshua. Thank you. That was a good choice. Honestly, I was trying to figure out what they were doing, but I know like they're probably doing like some traditional dancing. That was definitely a good a good memory, a good take back to take me home. I appreciate that, and thank you for having me as well on the show. So my name is Nonkululeko Kunene. My married name is Adumete, and I am currently in Chicago. I'm the children's book author. I celebrate my skin. I have a couple more books that are coming up in the pipeline. Professionally, I am in public health. I have a master's in public health, and I work for a health system, and I do population health management in Chicago. I love writing, I love singing, I love dancing, and I'm a mom of two kids, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and I just live by gratitude as a way of life.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, 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 what a royal introduction. But you've not taken me back to where you're coming from originally, because I think that is actually one thing that I'm waiting for to hear from you.
Yes, yes,
Let me
Joshua.
take you back to the line of history, because I keep on hearing Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. And people listening to me were like, wow, she was born there. Oh, wow, that's nice. But that is not nice. I'm taking you back to the motherland where your spirit belong. And that is one of the things that I like about you and I like about your book. The book is one of the great books that every home needs to go and grab the copy. And that book will be on the spotlight on the African Portal this hour as well. But before anything, let me allow you to tell us what the journey like. Where are you coming from? How
Yes,
do you arrive where you are now?
yes, yes. So yes, thank you, Joshua. I was born in Swaziland, Eswatini, from a very small rural town in so it's a Manzini region, but the town that I'm from originally is called Egutseni, And those who are local Swazis maybe may know it, but it's a very small rural town. That's where I grew up, a big farm. And I went to school in Manzini, and I lived most of my life there until I was 16 years old. And when I was 16 years old, I was lucky to be one of the students to be selected to actually study abroad in Canada on a scholarship. And so I was there for 2 years, and from there I moved to America for college. But I do go home. My mom is still at home, Egutzeni. My sister is still at home in Babane. My little brother is a farmer. He's also at home in lives Egutzeni. So I do go home, and I do have a lot of connections back home. So this is my story. Yeah, so I went home back and forth. I'm trying to go back eventually. But yeah, right now I have a family and I am in Chicago.
Multitasking to make sure that I grab as many people as possible into the show. So thank you very much for that beautiful introduction. The one of the things that I like about the story so far is that you don't forget where you're coming from. You have opportunity to travel there on a scholarship, and still you still maintain your originality. You still believe in one of the great idea of Africa, which is Ubuntu. We are because you are. And I really appreciate that. But before that, let me take this time to welcome everyone listening to this broadcast all over the world. To everyone in Southern Africa, Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Assalamu alaikum, Warahmatullahi Babarakatuh, to everyone in northern part of Africa, to everyone in Central Africa, Bonjour, and all the French-speaking country, Bonjour, in East Africa. I greet and I salute everyone. Abarisa to everyone in East Africa, to everyone all over the world, English speaking country. Hello, welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. Time such as this is time to appreciate you and to time to give you a tap in the shoulder and say, well done. Well done for the great job that you are doing. Well done for believing in your fatherland. Well done for raising the banner high out there. Well done for being the voice out there. Well done for making us proud. We really appreciate it, and we say well done for the great job that you've done so far for yourself. But before that, a lot of people are listening to you back home here. Please greet my people back home here. Your language in your home way. Please, I will give you that opportunity.
Thank you, Joshua. Sanibonani, Maswati, Sanibonani, Mazulu, Dumelani, Molweni, Jambo, Ninjani. Yeah, ngiyabonga ukuthi
Wow.
ngibelana namuhla. Jabulile kubalana and ngiyabonga Joshua.
Thank you very much. Siyabonga Kakulu. Siyabonga Kakulu. Thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. And that is one of the things we do. We are so proud of who we are. We don't shine away from that. This is us. This is who we are. And we're proud of being who we are. And let me quickly engage you a bit because we're going to have a lot of things that we'll be looking at in this conversation this evening. Firstly, let's quickly look into the book. Oh wow, what a lovely book. I've have time to do a lot of research about you and trying to get some of information about you, and I see a lot of things that you've put together. But what's actually motivates you and what this book is all about?
Yeah. A lot of things motivated me, Joshua. As I mentioned, I grew up from a very, very small town in the rural areas. And I remember when we were young, our lives, we were just all about making it, right? My dad will always say, education is the key to success. And, his wisdom, his wise words is what brought me to where I am. And honestly, unfortunately, what inspired me to write this book was his passing. When I lost my father in 2017, it was one of the hardest things in my life. And you know, when you grow up and being your daddy's girl, and then the next thing you just don't know who you are without him. I went through a moment of that, and at that time too, I had my son. It was my firstborn son, and it just brought up a lot of things like growing up and a lot of things that I've experienced when I was young. And I wrote this book as a message to myself, to my children, because I want them to know that they are enough and they are beautiful and they have a lot to contribute in this world just the way they are. And so for me to say I celebrate my skin, I'm really embracing who I am, right? I always wear my hair natural. I love who I am and I'm embracing that. And it took me a while to get there, but I did. And writing helped me get there. And so I'm writing because I'm expressing my voice, but also I want to inspire kids from that village, I would say, kids from all over the world who grew up from humble beginnings, that it's possible, right? If you have faith and just work hard. You know, we talk about Ubuntu, right? The world connects with each other, right? We are connected, and somehow the universe does look out for us. And so we just have to keep up the faith. And so I write to share my story. I write to be bold, to come out and say, I love who I am, just the way I am. And I want my children, I want all young kids in the world to know that, embrace that, and live that life just the way they are.
Wow, 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 wow. I like that. I like that. But when do you discover yourself? When do you discover that actually you need to talk about this? You need to celebrate your skin. What? I mean, when do you discover that?
Yeah, like so it was in 2017, that's when I wrote the book. Um because I've always felt funny. You know, when you go through trauma, Josh, like, you know, when you go through trauma, you know, back home, a lot of young girls go through different trauma in their lives, right? And you always feel like you have this mark in your body, right? Like you have this mark in your face, you have this mark in your skin that shows that you have gone through some trauma, you have faced some things in your life. And so you always feel like there's this coat around you, right? Like you're not fully there. Like I remember, even I couldn't even wear like short sleeve stuff because I just felt like I couldn't show myself, because people will know that I went through some trauma when I was young. And that kind of lives on you for a while. And if you don't deal and work with it, right, and be angry and face it and face whatever you need to face, it carries on with you. So I will say for me, a big turning point was 2017. You know, after I lost my father, all those memories, all of those things, I've just have buried them underneath, right? I just never wanted to experience them. I just buried them and I just like lived like life is fine, everything is good. But I never actually dealt with what has happened to me. You know, so when my father died, all of the stuff came back, Joshua. It came back and it was a huge cloud and I had to face it. I had to face it. I had to face everybody who has had me. I had to face it. I wrote and I faced it. And I think that's the point where I said, I need to live my life to the fullest, because I want my children to experience me 100%, right? I want them to see me, my flaws, my strengths, my everything. I want them to see me living my life up 100% just the way I am. And so I would say 2017 was really the time where I let go of that cloud. I let go of that worry. I let go of everything. And I just said, I'm going to live my life to the fullest and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. If I want to write a book, I'm going to do it. If I want to open a business, I'm going to do it. If I want to skydive, I'm going to do it, because I don't want to limit myself into this notion of my childhood that has been just kind of bearing me for a while. And so, yeah, it just opened things up for me. And it's been the best life ever, Josh. Like knowing that the potential of living your life to the fullest. I mean, 100%. Cry when you want to cry, laugh when you want to laugh, and just like not live in this conform world. It is so exhilarating. It's
Hmm.
just energizing. And yes, and so that's why I celebrate my skin. I celebrate who I am. I celebrate everything about myself, because I know I have a lot to give
Hmm.
just the way I am.
Wow, you are actually making a very great point there. You are encouraging somebody out there. Everyone joining us, this is the African Power Radio. Please share, like, comments. We would like to also hear from you as well. The book is the book that you need to go out there. You need to go and grab a copy. We will get there. But before I continue this conversation, I just want you to quickly take us through the book. I'm going to put you on the spotlight now. You are presenting this book to the whole Africa. I'm going to put you on the spotlight, leave you alone on the platform. Then you talk about the chapter one, chapter two of the book, and what people will come across in the book. Please, just quickly, a kind of
Yeah.
reintroduction of the book to the larger audience here in Africa. So please quickly do that.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Joshua. So this is my book. I celebrate my skin. Let me see right there.
Okay, I leave the floor for
And
you.
yes,
Yeah, continue,
go ahead,
continue,
John.
continue. I leave
Okay,
the floor for
perfect.
you.
Oh, okay,
You can
perfect. Thank
continue.
you. Yes, so it is a children's book, and it's honestly embracing different kids with different skin and loving themselves. And every setting in the book is showing an African childhood. The games we played, right? I think we grow up not watching TV a lot, mostly in the farm, growing our maize, or just talking and playing with our stones, creating our own dolls. So everything in the book is done outside because our African childhood is mostly spent outside. At least I was spending it outside. We have mountains, we have jacaranda trees. Everything about Africa is really presented in this book. So you have kids here celebrating themselves in nature, loving and just embracing who they are. We even have a page of a waterfall, one of the waterfalls here, and it talks about the skin. It talks about what our skin does and why our skin is important. And of course, Africa is not Africa without a safari. So we have a page here like that kind of talks through, like it has a safari, has some animals, the safari jeep that we all know and love, that we experience. And here, honestly, I'm gonna read this page because it's so important. So in this page, I say, I celebrate my skin. Even though we all have different shades of skin, we share so many things that are the same. And then I talk about the eyes that we have, the heart, and everything that we have. So this is where I just begin to introduce that sense of Ubuntu. Like, yes, we may look different. Even my hands, my face, my body, everybody looks different with their different skin, but that doesn't define who we are. The insight, the core, the sense of humanity, the peace that we have, it's really what defines who we are. So I'm introducing that concept in this page here, that we are all different, but we have so many things that are the same. We are connected as humans. So I go and show different scenes, kids playing outside, playing different games that we do outside. They are reading a story outside. You can see a bird singing up there. And I'm just going to skip a few pages here. And then I'm going to go to this page that I love. And I'm going to read it in a second. So you can see here. And this is really what wraps up everything. I say, we're all different. We all have different shades of skin, but we all have eyes to see. We have eyes we have hands to hold. We have everything that we use for the same thing. But the last part is we all have a heart that beats and loves. Everybody has a heart. We all love, we all hurt, we all feel different things. We have a heart that does that. And that's what connects us as humanity. And then, so the final page, which wraps things up, is just kids, sitting around, different kids, different skin colors, different disabilities, different diversity. And I'm going to read this page as well. I celebrate my skin. Just like the rainbow, our different skin colors are all beautiful. Together, we make the world bright and colorful. And then I end with, I celebrate my skin. It is beautiful just the way it is. It is who I am. And then you see the kids running around and playing. So that is the book. It's really teaching children to love and embrace who they are, no matter their skin color. They have a lot to contribute just the way they are. We are connected, and our skin color is the puzzle to that diversity, to that beauty of the rainbow. We are all connected, we are all beautiful. Together, our difference is beautiful.
Wow, wow, wow. I just like everything about this book. And let's quickly put the book back on the spotlight. Where can we grab the copy of this book? Let's sell as many copy as possible. And how can people get in touch with you to get the
Yeah.
copy of this book? Do you have anyone available in Africa? How can people get linked with you so that they can be able to grab a copy of this book? Please quickly put that as well on the spotlight for people to know about it, and the number to call as well, or the email or whatever to contact.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Joshua. Right now, I'm actually selling it on Amazon for the ebook, and it's all over the world. But I am working to ship the book directly to Swaziland, and then I'll have a plan to distribute it through a different vendor. I'm still trying to find and set up a place to have it sold in Swaziland and South Africa, and then finding a way to distribute it in Kenya as well, because I do have family there. So I am working with a local bookstore to also have it available in Kenya through the bookstore. But I am hoping to really set up a place where I'm able to distribute across Africa. But right now, it looks like I can do it for sure in Swaziland and South Africa and Nairobi.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, one of the things that I want us to do before we leave that aspect is that I want as many people, I want the book to get to many houses in Africa. And having said that, one of the things that we're going to do for you on the African portal is we're going to put upon ourselves to be marketing it on our programs, on our website. And we also have a home where we keep books as well. We have a blog as well. We have a space as well. So I'm going to link you on that. We're going to get the book to that so that people will be able to read it there as well.
Yeah.
So remind me after the program. We're going to put you on that as well. People can read it as well in Africa online. Not everybody have opportunity to go to Amazon and stuff like that. So
I know.
that is just one of the important things to discuss on this program. And that is one of the reasons why we are engaging you. But before we step out of that, you have a lot of people, a lot of books coming up again. Are you want to focus on only children book, or you are thinking of taking it beyond that?
Yes, so that's a good question. Right now, I want to make this a series. I am looking into 4 or 5 books of a series, just embracing your different things and loving yourself. So that's for that before kids. But I'm also, I started writing another chapter book, which will be for adults. But it's just helping facing your trauma, right? Like how do you and of course that's still gonna be it's gonna be a long time because it is very involved. It's a very emotional process. As I'm writing the chapters and as I'm writing the book, it's writing is healing, so it's like expressing. So for me, writing is a voice. I'm like literally voicing as I'm talking to you right now, Josh. My writing is my voice, is exactly what I'm saying, is what I'm thinking, but also what I'm feeling. So you get to connect with me on a personal level in terms of what I'm going through, what I'm feeling. So it's a very involved process. So yes, I will write a big chapter book. I'm not sure when that will be out, but I have 2 or 3 chapters already completed. But that's more of like going through trauma. How do you deal with it as an adult, and how do you face those challenges, and how do you live a positive and outlook life after going through whatever you go through, right? People go through different things. How do you overcome
Hmm,
that? And so that is the next books that's gonna come out, but that one will take some time. It's very heavy. Yeah,
hmm. Mm.
yeah.
Wow, I like that. I like that. But one of the things that I love about what you just said now is what you are going through, your own personal experience is what you are talking about. And that is what the African Portal is all about. Guns are the day when people write our story for us. People write whatever they want to write about us. They tell the story, they make people feel like Africa is a jungle where people are living side by side with monkeys. Those are the kind of story that some people actually put together in the past. And it's the time that Africa needs to rewrite their story. And that is one of the things that the African Portal is doing. We need to retell our story the way it is. We don't want anyone to tell our story. We want to tell our story by ourselves. And that is why we engage as many people as possible on the African Portal to tell their story. Everyone joining us, please, I'm begging you, please kindly share this program because it's going to do good for someone out there. So please share, like, comment, some love. Let's see and let's celebrate this great woman. She's doing a great job and she deserves to be celebrated. In Africa and the rest of the world, people can travel from America land to come and bury someone. But when that person is alive, do you know that people cannot cross the street to say hello to other fellow human beings? But when they die, you will see them spending 3 hours writing things about the person. She's a good person, she's this, she's that, she's that. But when the person is alive, they never do anything good for the person. You never let the person feel the love. You never show the love to the person. You never celebrate the person. But now the person is far gone. It's not even see what you are writing. Even if you seen it, it's not gonna say thank you back to you. It's not gonna return all the what you've been saying, all the applause that you've been giving to him. It's not gonna respond back to it. So what is the point of you talking about someone or showing someone love when they are not there to also show love back to you? But when they are still here, let's appreciate ourselves. Let's celebrate ourselves. Let's tell the good side of ourselves. Let's correct ourselves when we're wrong. And let's talk good of ourselves. Africa, it needs to change the narrative of how we do things. If we keep on doing things the way we did it before, we are going to be having the same result we've been having before. And the only way we can do it is to love ourselves. Love your skin. Love who you are. Some people today buy chemical, they want to change their skin, they want to tone, they want to bleach. Why are you doing all that? Why do you want to be someone else? Why don't you celebrate who you are? Why don't you celebrate the beautiful color that God gave to you? Why don't you celebrate that you are beautiful as you are? That is what we are here for, and that is what Nonkululeko, that is what she took upon herself to be celebrating every time. Nonkululeko, I really appreciate with you on this program. And I tell you, we're going to be bringing you back. We're going to be talking more about the book. Now, that is just by the way. Let's go to the business of the day. This business today, we're going to do, we're going to laugh. We're going to tell ourselves truth. We're going to face the reality. We're going to also put you on the spotlight and we're going to make some money as well at the same time. So there's a lot still coming. We haven't started yet. We are just laying the foundation. So to everyone joining us, thank you very much for joining this broadcast. We really appreciate it. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep telling people about it, keep telling someone to go and celebrate their skin. It is the book to look forward to. The beautiful book, I Celebrate My Skin. I also do the same. I love myself. Blood beautiful. Look at this beautiful woman, the smile coming out of her. See how beautiful she look. That is Africa. That is who we are. So don't let anybody tell you that no, you look like some people, you look like monkey. What is that? You are different. You are so beautiful the way you are. So appreciate yourself, celebrate yourself, and don't let anybody take that away from you. Now, Kululeko, let's go to the aspect of the program that is very important. What else do you do outside book, outside talking about your books and everything? You mentioned something that you also into health and stuff like that. Let's talk a bit about that. Do you ever have any challenges with your parents in choosing your career?
Uh, I mean, yes and no, Joshua. So, when I left home, my dream was to be a doctor. go back home, open a hospital behind at the backyard of my village, of my house, open a hospital and see young children and have a hospital right there. And I came to America. I was ambitious. I was excited. Um, I think like the biggest challenge was, as an international student, I'm sure you experienced that. Coming to America, trying to get an education is very hard. Getting your visa stuff, staying in status and getting to pay for your school and doing all of those things. It was really a challenge. And so I had a hard time really even I knew I wanted to be in healthcare because I wanted to help. I wanted to help my dad, who had a lot of heart issues. I wanted to help my family. I wanted to help people at home who are dying of HIV/AIDS. I'm passionate about that, right? I wanna still, connect to that. Actually, I've written a couple of papers just about that, like, HIV prevalence in sub-Saharan Africa. How do we improve it? How do we make a difference in improving the livelihood of people at home? So I had a rough patch, like in terms of studying, right? I couldn't quite go back. I couldn't do medicine at all. Um, and so I took a moment and I waited a couple of years, applying to every door, literally knocking every door, asking everybody to see how I can get a scholarship or get a fund to go to medical school. That didn't happen, but that never stopped me. That's when I decided to do public health. And I started looking into data. So I'm actually in data IT analytics. I love data. And so I started doing that and I learned a lot. I realized that understanding healthcare, understanding why people get sick and what are the factors around them that make them not become as healthy as they would like to. Understanding that is powerful, but also understanding the data, getting the data and being able to analyze and interpret the data was powerful as well. And that's why I saw my program really is healthcare and data. So combining that knowledge, and that's where I am today. So yes, I did have challenges. Sometimes I'll be the only Black person in the class. But those are the things that don't stop you. And I think when you don't think about that, and of course you see it, it's there. When you think about your purpose and think about what you are trying to achieve, I think you're able to like not read too much into those things and just try and have the best experience you can with what you have. And so I would say the biggest challenge was really finding the right funding for my school. I ended up paying for my college actually. But yeah, I think that was probably the main thing. But that never stopped me, honestly, to be where I am today. Yeah.
Wow, I like that. I like that, and I really appreciate that you actually put it upon yourself that even though you didn't get to where you want to be, you still keep on pushing, you still keep on making it happen for yourself, and you still get to at least where you are today, which is, I mean, is a great space that you have today. Let's quickly look at the greatest mistake of life. Can you look back and look at some of the things that you can call a mistake, or some of the things that you can think of, like you do it, but you don't do it up to expectation? Have you ever been in that situation before?
Mm, I mean, yes, definitely. I think there's so many mistakes that we do in life that honestly I don't regret, right? Because those are all learning opportunities, but they things that in a different life I would probably would have taken a different choice. Um, I mean, I think oh, a tough one, Josh. A tough one. I have to think about a good example. I mean, I think I would say like maybe I'll just go back to family, right? um I'll go back to my family. I think that's probably because it really is. I think that's probably the root cause of how so many other things kind of happen, just because I was keeping things outside. I would say like the biggest mistake of my life was not talking about what I was going through and not saying anything to my sisters about anything, right? I think that was probably one of the, of course I was a kid, but I think the silence, it was so loud, like not being able to say things, like not being able to talk to my sisters about what I was going through or what I was feeling, I would say was probably one of the biggest things. I'm glad I eventually did, right? I eventually talked about that. I eventually talked to them about it in 2017, and that 20 plus years of silence is something that I should regret, but I think it happened for a reason. And I'm glad that I stopped, I broke that silence and I talked and I talked and I talked. And so I would say that's probably like the biggest thing, because I think it did define a lot of the decisions that I made. It did define how I acted sometimes. It did define my friendships, failures. It defined a lot of things after that, because I did not feel comfortable being 100% vocal in my, in what I wanted to say, right? And so, yeah, that's probably like the biggest thing. And honestly, I don't regret it, because it's brought me to who I am, the lessons that I have, and the life like that I have right now. So yeah,
Hmm, hmm, hmm. No, I like that. You coming from a very humble beginning and you make it to the limelight. Where you are now is a place whereby a lot of people are looking or eager to be. Let's look back to Africa. Let's look back to how you grew up and where you are born. Let's look back to your country, your home country. What are you having in mind to at least put a smile in the face outside? I mean, the book you have written is one of the great achievements, but there is more to it. What
yeah,
are you doing personally to also take as many people as possible out of poverty?
I know, I know, sure. That's like a hard one. In the sense that, I mean, I'm doing like sometimes I think when you do something, you just do it right, not to I don't know. It's so funny, because I just there's a pastor from my local church, Pastor being, or just sent me a message just yesterday, and he was saying I was paying for school fees for a lady in her church, in his church, and she wanted, so she was just telling me that, oh yeah, she's just now writing Form 5 and she finished, and he's grateful that I was able to help. I honestly don't feel like, I wish I could do more. Like, and I told him that I was like, you know what, I've done, I've paid fees for different for kids. I've tried to buy food, do different things, but I don't feel like it's enough. And it's my dream. What I'm working towards is, my sisters and I, we want to create a foundation that will provide opportunities for kids, to one, get a good education, but also to get the knowledge, because I think if you grow up in where I grew up from, right, like a rural place where we walk miles to get water every day after school, right? Like our lives are just,
Hmm.
getting water from the streams in the weekends. We're going to the river, we're washing our clothes for the next week. In between we are like in the farm. That's our life. We talk about stories, but the exposure, and unless you are lucky, you have somebody who knows something, you don't have much exposure if you don't have connections. And so I would like to increase that exposure for those kids, for those kids in my village, for those kids in rural areas of Eswatini, to get the education that they need, to get as much information as I can, to help them get scholarships, to help them get whatever they can to come out of poverty. And so, yeah, I may be helping kids for their school fees. I may be doing a little bit there and there. I honestly, Josh, I feel like I'm just beginning. I need to do more. I want to do more. And it's my dream, it's my goal to be able to do more. I want my kids to go back home, even though they're American. I want them to go back home to that foundation and be part of that and help out. So that's my dream, and it's gonna happen before I turn 40, Joshua. That's 2 years.
Wow, wow, wow. No, you've done so well. You see, the reason why I take you through that question is just that, when we can duplicate the idea, you have seen the in and out, you've been in Swaziland, I mean, in your own country, Eswatini, and you've had opportunity to be in America, you've been in Canada where system works, and you look at it that why the system is not working in our own land. What could problem be? Because firstly, we have to discover the problem. And when we discover the problem, we have to discover the solution. Yeah, it's good. You pay for school fees and you do all you could, but still, we still have something in us that is greater than that. And that is ability to identify the problem and to find a permanent solution to the problem, because we want Africa that will be able to independent in its own thinking and its own, in its conduct, that will not depend on any part of the world for anything whatsoever. An African that can make decision on its own, an African that can face the challenges that is facing and solve it within himself. This kind of Africa that we are looking into. And if we want that, it has to start from this grassroots. It has to start from home. We cannot attend to those problems. Us having a seminar, a big seminar in a platform like this is also an avenue for us to encourage someone and for us to give them kind of word of encouragement that will make them to discover themselves. No, that's just by the way. Let me quickly take you to another aspect of this interview that is very, very, very important to me. Let's talk about the ups and downs as a someone that is also trying to impart his generation, his community. How do you balance life? A mother, a wife, you have husband to also make sure you take care of the children and everything. How do you balance life? When do you have time to do all these things?
For a while, Joshua, I was not sleeping actually until I decided enough. So during the day, I am doing work, I'm doing family, I'm with my kids and everything like that. And seriously, for a while at midnight, I will start working. At midnight, I'm starting to do my thing. I am writing, I am printing books, I'm connecting everything, And then by the time I go to bed, it's like 3 a.m. I'm up again at 7 and the day goes on. So for a while, I was lucky if I had 3 hours of sleep. And that's all I was doing. I was just working through the night. And this year I decided I'd take care of myself. And so now I've cut down and I do all I can, right? I work for a little bit, but midnight is my cutoff. So midnight, I go to bed. But I do work a little bit after the kids sleep. So like, a couple of hours from 9, 10, 11, like just a few hours where either I work or I just spend time with my husband. And I spend time with my kids a lot, like I think when I'm home, Joshua, the idea of being present is so important, for my kids. Even though you're tired, I want to be there for them. I want to, like I was on a live yesterday and I was saying, I want to raise superpower kids, because I want them to know that no matter what, I'm always there for them. But also I want to instill in them at a young age that anything is possible. So I live the life of being present, of being full, but of also being positive, of also affirming things, of also like, right, I leave this positive image and I push that out to them because that's how we balance each other out. Things are tough sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, right? You just want to sit down and do nothing, and but I think inside you have to find a way to push yourself to do what you want to do, because if you dream of it, you can do it. But if you don't do it, nobody else will do it for you. You have to do it yourself. So that hard work, that always pushing yourself is very important. My dad was very big on that. Not very educated, but Joshua, he gave us his all. He gave us his time. He gave us his everything. And that's what I when I do with my kids. Like, we used to ask him a lot, saying, Dad, you don't have friends. Most of these other kids, parents, they're on Sundays, right? Like when it's soccer time, Sunday, they're gonna go out in the corner, be drinking, watching soccer with their friends. My dad never did that. He was always there, always present, and that's what I want to have for my kids. I want to connect with friends. I want to connect with everybody, but I also make the time to be present with my family. And it helps. It balances up everything, because otherwise, if you don't balance that, then you're going to be in flux and then you won't be able to accomplish anything. Yeah.
Looking back to the time when you arrive at the age of 16, you have a scholarship, you arrive in Canada to study in Canada. with your skin and you look at every other person, have you ever feel timid, or have you ever feel ashamed, or have you ever feel sorry for yourself for being who you are?
Oh no,
Be
not at
honest.
no, not at all, Joshua. I think, so like, so the funny thing is, like, when I say I don't regret it, is because I think my trauma at an early age, going through that trauma, it gave me this drive. I remember, seriously, true story, Joshua. I remember before I even graduated high school, I was traveling sometimes alone to South Africa on a bus to like apply for schools. I remember I went to Mangosuthu, medical school, Medusa in Pretoria. Like I literally physically went to those universities applying for medical school before I could even graduate high school. Like it just helped me being driven. I wanted to do more. And I remember like I have a picture, I still look at it, standing in front of Mangosuthu and just like, alone. And I will save up the money, like sell popcorn and do all these little things to like really do the things that I needed to do for
Hmm.
myself. It was very small, but like I was very driven. And so I remember even just like when I was 16 and I bought on the airplane, that it was a very small airplane. When I was leaving the first time to go to Canada for my school, and I could see my parents waving on the floor. I remember I was so strong, and I didn't even cry, like, in their face, of course. And I was like, looking and waving at them, telling them it's okay, I'll be okay. Also, even before I even got that, like, right, I couldn't even afford. So that's the funny story. I could not even afford the money to get the plane, because they gave me a scholarship for education, right? But then not for travel cost. So I had to come up with the travel cost. My dad couldn't, we didn't make that money. Like, to get a plane from here, from Swaziland to Canada, we don't have that kind of money. So like I didn't, but I had faith. I had faith. I remember I would walk and say, I am going to Canada. I am going to Canada. And somehow God created a miracle. And so I lived that life of faith. And, I look back and I think, wow, because I have faith now, but I don't know if I had that faith I had when I was that kid, right? I mean, I was just driven and I had faith that anything was possible. Anything was possible. And they gave me the scholarship. They paid for my travel. And I was on that plane waving to my parents, did not cry, and just I was strong, and I said, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. First time in the plane, by the way. And I'm like waving, and I get in the plane, and as it's taking off, I just cried. I mean, I was just all tears. But I didn't want them to see me crying, right? I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be happy. But as soon as it took off, I think I cried the whole way from from Swaziland to Johannesburg. I was just crying, crying, crying. So as soon as I landed, I was like, they were like asking me how it went. I was like, oh, it was very bumpy, it was just, an experience. So I was just talking about the flight experience, But Joshua, of course I was scared, and then my next flight from Johannesburg, it was Heathrow. If you've been to Heathrow Airport, it's like the biggest airport you can ever be in, right? This is my first time. And actually I was carrying my green blanket, like those blankets that you get in the markets, because I was going to Canada. It was cold. Like those
Exactly.
those green big blankets that you buy in the markets in this plastic zipper thing, right? I didn't even have the plastic zipper because it was old. So like I'm carrying like this bag and I'm holding this green blanket and I'm walking through Heathrow trying to understand where I need to go. I was scared. I was scared. But you know,
Hmm.
I,
Hmm.
I, I wanted to I wanted to do something different. I wanted to like sometimes, yeah, to push myself, because then I know if I push myself, my siblings will also push themselves. The people in my village will know it's possible. So I was crying, I was scared, I was all everything you can think of. But yeah, those what helps us
Hmm. Hmm.
grow, facing those little fears, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a
Hmm.
good memory.
Wow,
I
wow,
haven't
wow.
thought about that in a while.
No, it's wow. I know. And you will be surprised why I'm taking you through that journey. The reason why I'm taking you back to that journey, this is not just an interview. This is like a biography of something that your children will still have opportunity to watch it again. They're still
Mhm.
gonna listen to it again. They're still gonna learn. I mean,
Yeah.
because look at it. You arrive. You get there at a very young age of 16. getting to no man's land. I mean, where you don't have brother, you don't have sister, you don't have anybody to mentor you. So please tell me a bit. Your first night in Canada, what does it look like, and what is journey like?
Oh my goodness, I was scared. It was scary. I did not understand anything they were saying. I felt like I did not speak English. I just didn't understand it. They were speaking so fast. It was a different accent. I couldn't hear anything, and I was very scared. I remember like there was this white van that came to pick me up, right? And I had all these bags, and I was late because, of course, I couldn't pay, right? So I was late because I didn't have money to pay. So school has already started. So I was late already. I think I was like a month late, coming in. So like they're picking me up, they're all excited. And I just look at them quiet, thinking, thank you for having me. But I couldn't really understand what they were saying. It was hard. It was hard. And I remember the first few days I was homesick. I would cry every night to sleep. Um, yeah, it was hard. I think it did flex my muscles a lot in my English. I still think I have an accent, right? I have an accent. But it was hard. I didn't understand English. I was learning French. I could not pronounce red for my dear life. I kept saying rouge, rouge, right? It was just a lot of things. Oh, and
Hmm.
and yeah, I think looking back from that white van, it was nice, and it was summer. Thank God it was summer. It was not cold yet. So I just look back and think, sorry, I'm losing
No,
connection.
we see you. We are with you. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I think my sister is trying to call me, and it
Okay.
keeps
Now I
cutting.
can feel it. I can feel that your connection on your side is going down. Hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Someone
But we
was
can
trying
hear
to
you
call.
now. We can hear you now.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, someone was trying to call me. But yes, it was hard. The food was different. I'll tell you a joke. In Canada, like we will eat in the cafeteria. And the first time I ate, of course, I used to eat eggs. We grew up in a farm. We have chickens, we have goats, we have cows. We like have that kind of food, right? We eat our eggs directly from the chicken sometimes. Um, and then I first found out like the eggs were powdered. And I was like, what? Powdered eggs? What is that? Seriously, Joshua, that was the last time I ate eggs. Since those that was it 2000? Since 2001, I could not get myself to eat eggs. I was just too shocked that in Canada they can actually make powdered eggs. What is that? And I never ate eggs. I never ate eggs ever since. Yeah, and it was too many learning things. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. No, this is a beautiful conversation, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And you'll be asking yourself, I'm taking you somewhere. I know why I'm putting you through all that, and I'm jotting some certain things down that is actually going to come out as a movie for others to see as well. We're going to make movie out of this because this is a very beautiful one. It's a content. We are creating content here. If you don't know,
Yeah.
we are creating a content here. Okay, let's look at your first winter because yes, definitely you have winter where you are coming from. You have spring winter in South Africa. How do you feel when you get there? You see snow and all those everywhere is freeze like ice block. What is this place like?
I was in heaven, Joshua. I was in heaven. I was like, like there's this song that we sing. I don't know, there's this I can't think of his name. Like he created a song. I don't know if you know it, like is Imumangaliso. Imumangaliso imisebenzi kaThixo. Imumangaliso. And it talks about ukuphuma kwelanga kubona imini entsha, right? Kubonakala uchachabuka bukaYehova. But what it's saying is like, I'm amazed, the wonders of God, the wonders of this, right? So like, just thinking about from time zone, right? From like the difference of time, like when you learn geography and you think about different time zone, like how right now I'm talking to you, my kids are about to take a nap actually in a few, like it's like daytime, and you are going to nighttime, just that wonder, like of the earth, the global thing, right? So seeing snow for the first time, it was like that same feeling, like, wow, the wonders of God, the wonders of creation, just the absolute wonders. It's amazing. Like seeing it fall. I remember the first time I didn't have a lot of clothes. Like I didn't have a lot of winter clothes. So they did take us to like a thrift shop to like get a lot of like warm clothes. They had like this trade at school. They had like this trade place where we could get jackets and get winter stuff. I had this funny fuzzy hat that I was wearing, and just being outside, and I was thinking to myself, I was a kid, you know, what wonders. Learning how to ice skate, touching snow, feeling that gratitude, Joshua, like, wow, I have lived. And I would tell my parents, I would like always call them. I think actually I used to write letters at the time too. I'll write letters and tell them what's going on here. And I will tell them like the snow, everything, what I'm touching, what I'm feeling. Oh, it was an amazing experience, honestly. And I reflect back on that. It's been 20 years since I've been in Canada. When I reflect from that first experience in Canada, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for those people who gave me that chance, who saw me and decided to choose me to experience all of those things. And I'm eternally grateful. And I hope I can do a lot more to show that gratitude for my kids to see it, generations to come, right? I want my kids to like grow up with that and knowing that somebody took care of me, somebody took a chance on me and made mommy experience all these different things, grandma, whatever, like generations to come, right? And I want them to look back and experience that. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. A lot of people will be listening to you in Africa or in the rest part of the world. They were going through some kind of confusion moments where they don't even know what to do. They don't know what step to take, and they were kind of confused. What is your advice to the people listening to you right now about the paths choosing or the career path or to go or the step to take in life? What is your advice to your listeners out there?
Yeah. I think it's never giving up. I think sometimes I think about this a lot, Joshua. Even in Swaziland, I reflect on it a lot. Like there's so many educated young people who graduate every year for university, but there's not enough opportunities for them to get employment, to get what they need to utilize their skills. We are educated as Africans. We have a lot of education. We don't have the infrastructure to provide those, to utilize those skills, right? To like use that skill to like improve them. And what I can tell them is don't limit yourself. I mean, you are your own limitation. I was watching I think I posted a video just recently, or like some a guy in Ghana who built his own car. He like built his own car from the village out of nothing. I think never stop, never like limit your imagination. Anything is possible. Like we have all the natural resources, we have all the things around us that we can use to create anything that we cannot imagine, right? It could be farming for you. You could be like creating garlic, growing garlic and creating your own farm. Like, it could be anything, but never limit yourself. But also never stop knocking. Never stop knocking. If you believe in something, you want to do something, go for it. Knock on those doors. Go for it. Knock on those doors. Walk those miles. Don't don't get discouraged. Just go for it. I think, we talk about Ubuntu. We are all connected. One day, somebody will open up that heart and connect you in their circle. And so, yeah, just don't stop.
Wow, what a great advice. What a great advice. I like what you said there. Let's everybody join me now. Get into the real time of the show. She celebrates her birthday a few days ago, and it's time for us to celebrate her. It's time on the African Portal Radio TV International. She just celebrated her birthday, I think, few days ago, about 3 or 4 days ago. So we
Yes.
already promised you that we are going to have the party on the African African Border Radio. We're going to party with you. We're going to have some dance. We're going to dance together. We're going to celebrate you. We're going to wish you long life and prosperity. Before that, let me sing this for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May the dear Lord bless you. May the dear Lord bless you. May the dear Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you. We celebrate you. We wish you long life and
Thank you.
prosperity. May you live long to see your children to the fifth generation. May you eat the fruit of your labor. You will not labor in vain. Other people will not eat your labor. You will be the one to enjoy everything you have worked for. You wake up in very hour of the morning. You wake up so early to get into this, and you've been on the street all these days, working very hard to make sure that you become somebody in life. You will not die young. Every covenant to cut your life short, destroy right now. We say congratulations on your birthday and happy birthday to you. Before we close this program down, before we go to the other side of the show, I will celebrate you and I will also sing for you. I will also encourage you as well as you are going in the journey of life. But before I do that, I'm going to twist it. I'm going to take you back to something very important about your book, because I want a lot of people to connect with this. Some people are speaking to me undergroundly. I was unable to respond to them because I have so much in front of me here to attend to, and I want you to have like 100% concentration because we are talking about a very important thing. Africa, we seems to be very carried away by another man's culture. And if you look at it, most of the most of the time in Africa now, our children are getting to a kind of foreign ideology and foreign culture through cartoon. Are you planning to make this a kind of cartoon that will be able to be speaking one of the African language in it, so that we can also have it as a video that we go viral? I understand that the international media space is kind of very monetary. That is only those that have the money get into that. But are you planning to further by putting it together in a kind of cartoon that will help African home, especially in your own home language? Are you planning towards that?
Wow. I wasn't planning about it, Joshua, but that sounds amazing. I do want to translate the book to Siswati and Zulu, and other different African languages. But yes, I think that'll be good actually to have it as a cartoon, because yes, I would love that. I don't know how I will begin doing that, but I
Okay.
love the idea. I love the
because
idea.
you are
And
because you are
yes.
celebrating your birthday, is the month of your birthday, is the week of your birthday, and I'm throwing that to you. That is an assignment that we're going to work on. I want us to work on it. You have the content already, you have the all what it takes already. It's just for us to see how we can be able to put that into cartoon, and how we can be able to give that to as many media house as possible. Sometimes I get fed up how other foreign content get into African media space, and they were riding and they were migrating our children into the ideology, and the African ideology and African culture language is going down the drain daily, on a daily basis. And if we don't do anything about it, our children will blame us for it, because the fault will not be for them of watching the cartoon of other language or other culture. It will be for us that we don't create such content for them to enjoy. They only enjoy what is available for them. But we need to do all what is in our hands to make sure that we create that kind of space for them. because it's good that we have it in a book, but also if we can take it further to have it in form of a cartoon, a series that children can link up with, even if we don't have opportunity to put it on a media space, we can put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
watch it on YouTube. We can promote it on YouTube. So that is an assignment. Hosting you tonight. We are here to just talk. We are here to cover the problem and find solution to it. So that is an assignment. Let's work on it. Let's see how it goes, and let's see how we can impact as many lives as possible out there. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time on the program today. We budget 1 hour. It's already 1 hour 4 minutes. And guess
Wow.
what? We haven't started yet. I'm still laying the foundation. I still have a lot of things that I need to engage you with. But because of the time, let's quickly spend 5 minutes more, then we call it a day. Then we can go and attend to some of the things that we need to do for the day. Let's look at the celebration. What is your birthday? What does it mean to you?
Yeah. Hmm. Uh, I did not celebrate my birthday for a while, um, because I just didn't think it was important celebrating me. But more recently, my birthday to me means, I'm grateful for yet another day, another year that I'm alive. A healthy life, Joshua, is so precious. Even just now with COVID, we have a lot of people who are impacted, who are sick, people who don't have a meal to eat, people who don't have anything. And for me, when I look at my birthday, is I'm grateful for the life. I know I'm over 30. That's almost the life expectancy at home. Living to this point, having the life I have, having the children, having the family, having everything what I have. It's just yet another day to be grateful, yet another day to do something good, yet another day to connect and be the change I want to see in the world. And so a birthday is, yeah, it's gratitude, it's life, is everything that I'm grateful for. And that's why I celebrate my birthday. I'm grateful for everything, Joshua, for everything, for the good and the bad. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for the life I have. I'm grateful for everything that I get to see, that I can see actually, that I can get to touch, that I can get to hold, I can get to walk to, I can get to do all, I can get to talk to you, I can hear you, I can see you. I mean everything. We don't think about it, right? But everything is life, is breathing through me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity just to live another day, to make a difference, and that's what my birthday means to me. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let me take you on this as well. What leadership skill do you possess, and how do you actually use it as a leader, as a voice? How do you use it? And what are the from leadership skill? Do you have any advice for leaders out there in the world?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, the leadership skill, or like the way I lead, uh, for me is one, being present, right? Knowing who the people you're leading, what they need, addressing, knowing their needs, and finding solutions to that, communicating their solutions, transparency about what's possible, what's not, right? And then but also like being empathic. I like, I think that's one thing that my sister always tells me about it, and she's like, you suffer from over giving. You suffer from you just like, you suffer from that. And but I think finding a way to put yourself in people's shoes, not always, you're not gonna do it always, but I think finding a way to be connected with people and really understanding what they're coming from, and not coming on with a judge with a judgment or something like that. I think that has helped me being successful, because I put myself in people's shoes when I talk, right? There's this mindfulness that I do, I used to, and it's so powerful, Joshua. And it goes like, you think about that person that annoys you so much, like at work, at home, whatever, right? Just think about the person that annoys you, and reflect on that person, look at them in the eyes or close your eyes and think about them, and then think, just like them, just like me, they cry. Just like me, they hurt. Just like me, they are loved. They have a family. Just like me, they have kids, maybe. Just like me, they have a mom. Just like me, they are brothers. Just like me, they are sisters, right? Just like me, they are people who are struggling every day. Just like me, there are people who feel defeated sometimes, who are happy sometimes, right? So thinking about that, when you see people, when you think about challenging conversations, when you think about challenging people or whoever you're leading, the people that you're leading, in a way, they're just human. They're just like you, right? They hurt, they feel, they cry, they love. They are somebody's daughter and son, right? And so then if you approach that way, you're able to treat them in the most humane possible you can, because just like you, they are people, they are family, they are loved, they are, right? And so approaching leadership for me is looking at that way. I try not to, for my team, I try not to come superior. I come with the learning. I want to learn from people. I want to learn from others, because even though you may leading a team, you can always learn from other people who are under you. So being open to be there and to be in a level at all levels, right? Give guidance as a leader, but also be there with the people, connect with them, be there with that. To me is a good leader, and yeah, Nelson Mandela, right? Be there on the grassroots, on the boots, like on the ground, like be there, because that's when you are able to make a difference, because you understand you're treating everybody just like you, and so you provide the best outcomes and best solutions that you can potentially give. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Actually, in when you are explaining that, I hope one of the things you say already goes to the leaders how there as well. The question that the next question I want to throw to you was, who are the leaders that actually inspired you? That's actually their life, the conduct, the way they carry themselves have been the point of a way that you see life differently. Who are those leaders?
Yeah, like, and of course Nelson Mandela, Kofi Annan. I was like Kofi Annan. I'm Sobuza, King Sobuza, the dead. What a wise man. One of the most inspiring leaders. He reminds me so much of my dad. But when you think about leadership too, Joshua, I think about the people in my life currently. My dad is my hero. He's my leader. My mom. You know, going through the things that she went through and how she's living her life. She's my hero. She's the leader I aspire to. Like, I look at them and I think, wow, so like those are the people too, like my local people, my sisters, how they living their lives, my brother, those are also the people, like, they are leaders. I'm a big believer in, I look up to people. And actually I have to think about, I can't think of, there's this lady, I can't think of her name. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank now. I should write these people down. But I we think about people who are leaders who came before us. We think about people who are currently with us, who are leaders and doing the things that we want to see in the world. And then we're thinking of the people in our communities, like, right, those people are always there to make sure that everybody is safe in our community, everybody is taken care of. Those local people who don't get the praise or who are not known, right? The leaders, the chiefs, and the people who are working in that market to, like, provide the local orphanage some food to do, right? Those are the leaders that I aspire to be, because you know what, they are connected. They're doing the good work of being connected to the community and giving back. One thing, we can all have money, we can all have billions and billions of dollars, rents, shillings, whatever, like currencies that we have, but giving people time, giving people that time is like the most valuable thing you can give. And so to me, greatest leaders are the ones that are able to give that, to be there, to give their time. Nelson Mandela gave his time in prison to be there, right? To fight for what you want and give your time. That is, whew, it's hard, but that's what makes an impact, and that's
Hmm.
as a leader. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
I love that. And that's a beautiful one. If you wake up tomorrow morning, find out that you are the only person remaining on earth, what will you do?
I'll cry. I'll cry because I'll be like, where is everybody? Did they go to heaven? You know?
You wake up, you find out that you are the only person that remain here on earth. Everyone have disappeared. You the only person. What are you going to do? Because crying is not going to bring those people back. What are you going to do?
I know, I know. If I wake up and I realize I'm the only person in the world, honestly, Joshua, I will, I will at first, I will confirm that indeed I am the only person left in the world. And if I realize that I'm actually the only person left in the world, I'll try to make the best out of it. I will, I will, I will try to make the best out of it. I'll try and collect all the wealth I can. I don't know, build what I want to do. I will do whatever I want to do. Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know, maybe you feel that scenario before, that you think that you are the only person remaining on the head. And you know the funniest part of it, you cannot drive the plane to other places because you are the only person, you don't know how to drive the plane. You are the only person, you don't know how to do this. So what are you going to do? I want to know exactly what you are going to do, not to cry. I want the active answer. What are you going to do?
I will I will start surviving, Joshua. I will start teaching myself the right skills on what I need to do. So like let's say if I decide I want to go to Africa, right? Like this, and I will read, I will teach myself to figure out what I need to do to survive, right? I will prepare myself, arm myself with everything I can to make sure that I can be self-sufficient in what I need, right? How am I gonna get my food? If I have to farm, if I have to find the grocery store or whatever, right? I will I will educate myself in how to survive. That's probably the first thing I will do. I will
Hmm,
learn. I will learn. I will
hmm,
learn. I will learn to figure out what I need to do.
hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a creative thinker. The reason why I'm throwing that question to you is a question that is very. I'm not sitting here just. I'm telling you what I receive, and you know the funniest thing is that you are all working towards the book that is going to impact life, that is going to help people out there. This is an avenue for us to also put more into you. For you, when you get back there, when you step out of this program, you have a lot of things now that you need to go and think about. This program, I can tell you, as I'm sitting down here, I'm jotting it down. We've discovered content, five great contents that can help the universe in this conversation. I don't know, maybe you feel it the same way, but
Yeah.
I have them with me already. But I appreciate your time for coming out to be part of this show. I really, really appreciate it. And I celebrate you as well. And I wish you best in life in all you do. And I hope if I call on you again, you will be happy to be
Oh,
on the African again.
yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Yes, I truly appreciate the opportunity as
You,
well.
you, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Now you become the president of your country. What are you going to do differently?
Find a way to end poverty. Find a way to provide equal pay for people. Find a way to bring in technology to utilize the education that people have, infrastructure, health system, transform that whole health system to use electronic, to use IT resources to create jobs that people need. Finding a way to have the country be self-sufficient, to have people be able to import their farming, to be able to utilize what they're growing, to be self-sufficient. I think Africa as a whole has a lot of resources, right? We have a lot of natural resources, but how we use them is the tricky part. Like we are not right. We are not using our resources the right way, and we're not using them for us. I think, the world is benefiting from them, but we as Africans are not. And so I'll find a way to end poverty by empowering and improving the livelihood of the people of my country, whatever the country will be. No kid should die of starvation. No kid should die. No kid should worry about food. No kid should worry about. No, I will do what I can to end all of those things. Yeah.
Great, great, great. Please make sure you watch this video again because there's a lot of lesson. This is a conversation that is very, very deep. Very recent time, I've not do a show so packed like this that the reality of life was actually addressed. But before we step out of this show, before we call it a day, where do you see yourself in your choosing career and in your also the gift, the God gift idea? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, wow. In the next 10 years, I'm going to be a CEO of my company. I'm going to be traveling around the world, making a change to making a change in different kids, in different families' life. Um, Definitely, I will be retired. I want to be retired in 10 years, and I want to be having my own company and focusing on making a
So
difference.
early,
Yeah.
you want
Oh
to
my
retire
goodness.
so early?
Yes, because I'm going to be managing my CEO. I'm going to be a CEO of my own company.
I like that. I love
Yes,
that. I love
I
that.
want to, and I
That's a
want to
beautiful
travel.
one. That's
I want to
hmm, hmm,
travel. Yeah.
hmm. That's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Thank you very much. In times such as this, it's time for us to give you opportunity to shout out to those that have helped you in the journey of life. I want to give you 1 minute to shout out to people that have supported your journey, people that encourage you, people that inspired you, people that make you to become who you become today. Give you 1 minute to shout out to them before we step out of this program.
Yes. I guess I'll start current and go backwards. I want to say shout out to my husband, who has been nothing but amazing. Love me and bear with me through all my phases of discovering myself. My children, who each and every day inspire me to be better, to be true to myself, and to give them the best I can. Right. My family, my mom. Um, very very strong woman, and now that I'm a mom, thinking about the things that she went through, I am only in awe of who she is and just the core of her. I love her so much, and I'm so grateful for her, and she's amazing. And my dad, wise man, inspiring guy. uh I am only grateful. I am only grateful that I've lived my life with him, and I've learned so much from him. And I hope I can keep his legacy alive, and my great grandchildren always remembering him. My sisters, my two amazing sisters. We go through a lot. Being there for each other. I'm so grateful for them, for who they are, for the mothers they are, for the sisters they are, and to be in touch to the journey in the journey that we are right now. I'm grateful for them. To my brother, um, I'm grateful for him. I know he has hard times with different things. I'm grateful for his life, and I'm grateful that there's gonna be a change in his life, and I'm grateful that he's each and every day he's gonna get better, and things will be better for him. My uncles. My granny, oh my goodness, my granny, may she rest in peace, my grandpa, um, who have lived their lives from KwaZulu Natal, packing bags, right, making a difference in their lives, and to be where we are right now. To my friends, my current friends, I have such a good network of friends right now in Chicago, across the world, in Singapore, Sarah, friends all over the world, that have helped me to be where I am. I am so grateful. In Pearson College, where you talk about Canada, those people who interviewed me and gave me a chance, and believed in me and knew I could make a difference. I'm so grateful for them. Um, the friends I've met there, I'm so grateful for their whole experience. Joshua, from college, all my friends in college, grad school. I mean, like, I I didn't make it on my own. Like, there was always somebody in the way lending a helping hand for me. There was a time I laugh about, like, where I had 30 cents in my hand. I had 30 cents, Joshua. I could not even mail a bill. I had a bill in my hand. I only had 30 cents. I could not mail that bill because mailing it was like 45 cents or 50 cents. People were there for me on those low times. And when I had something, when I didn't have something, I'm not saying names, but I know they know who they are, like, who've helped me, supported me. Sometimes we clashed, right? We had conflicts, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all the friends, for all the people who have touched, who have seen, who have talked to, who have sang to in high school. Everybody who's in my life at any moment in my life, I'm honestly grateful because you've made my experience to be where it is right now. And so I'm grateful.
Wow. 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 What a beautiful time. I really appreciate time you coming out. So those of you that join us, Jerry Arabian, thank you very much. Real Kunene, thank you very, very much. Everyone that will be watching us later, please keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep commenting, keep talking about it. It's the African Portal Radio TV. If you also want us to put you on the spotlight, this is where African tell their story. This is where we put Africa on the spotlight. If you want us to also put you on the spotlight, contact us on +27703 3584 is the number to call. This is home for everyone, regardless of your color or regardless of who you are. This is home for you. Let's do it together. We'll get there together. The world will be a beautiful place when we see ourselves as a human being, not in health. So that will make the world be a better place to stay. Sister, before we step out of this program, my great African women, a lot of problem is facing African women today. We have a lot of abuse today that we are struggling with in Africa. What is your advice to men, and what is the word to the world? A word to the world.
Um, I think, sorry, I don't know if I got the question. It was cutting a little bit, but like, advice to Africa, advice to
Okay,
what?
okay. It's two question. Your advice to the men's out there
Man,
as a
man,
woman.
thank
Your
you.
advice to men.
Yes, I feel
Yes. Then the second one is the word. A word to the world. A word to the world.
a word to the word. Advice to men. We need to move away from the traditional concepts of men being superior and all of those things. I think as men, we need to work together with women to create the best legacy that we can give to our families, to our generations. You know, men can cook, men can clean, men can do everything that a woman can do, vice versa. So, my advice to men is we need to start doing more for not just ourselves, but for our communities, for others. Going back home, my study, actually, what thing that we realized was, like, empowering women is critical because they always go home. Women always go home. They always help home. They always look back to help the people that they've left at home. I think men should also have that same idea of growing the community, improving the community, like, right, like, working to, and I know, like, a lot of men do that too, but I think my advice is, yeah, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to let go and help and to be, right. There's not a thing where it's like a woman's job or a man's job, right? Everything that we have to do, we have to do. And I think everybody can do it to make it better for our kids. And education is one of them, but also being there. Give your kids a bath, right? Do those things that I know a lot of African men don't do, because that connection, that bond, you're creating a legacy. A legacy is not just money. A legacy is the memory. My dad used to make us breakfast every day, Joshua. He will wake up early and make us breakfast. You know, that memory of him doing that is the legacy, because I'm going to teach my kids the same thing. And I think providing and promoting that vulnerability in our kids, that men can do anything. Yes, they can do the big things, but they can also do the small things. They are dynamite. So be a dynamite and do the right things, and do all those good things in the world to create a legacy. And then the word for word, I don't know if I know what that is, but I
Okay.
think you're saying
Just
like,
a word to the world. You are living in the world where many things are happening right now. So, what word do you have for the world? What do you want to tell them? What is happening right now in the world that you want it to stop? What is happening right now that you want it to come?
oh yes, okay, sorry, I get it. I get it now. Thank you, Joshua. A word to the word, Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Peace, love,
Hmm.
grace, togetherness, Ubuntu. I am because you are, Joshua. I am because you are.
You
It
are.
doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are my fellow
Hmm.
human being. And that's how we need to
Hmm.
start treating each
Hmm.
other. I am because you are. We are together.
Hmm.
That's the key. Ubuntu is the word to the word. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. I really appreciate it. To those of you joining us, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. This will be the end to this broadcast. We're going to be playing music for you as well as you are celebrating your birthday. We'll be playing some music for you. Please do enjoy the rest of your day and God bless you really good. We will still have time together. Remember, you have 3 assignments on this program today. I don't
Yes.
know, maybe you've been in any platform that anybody ever give you any assignment. The achievement of those 3 things is very key. And I want to see them existing. I want to see them come to reality. And I will bring you back again time soon to talk more about your book. I'm going to end this show where we began. Let's go back to the book. Let's talk about the book. Show me the cover of the book. Let people know more about it. Give them your number again, how they can contact you. Let them know that they should go out there and grab the copy. This is the book that we are talking about. Author, published by this great woman. You need to go out there and grab a copy. If you don't have it in your home now, please start calling this lady as we are stepping out of this program. She's available on Facebook. Nonkululeko Kunene is already on Facebook. Search for her, speak to her based on the book, not nothing else. Please don't go and be talking about something else. About the book and how you can help our career as well. That is the book, and that is where we are going to be stopping this program this hour. Thank you very much, everyone joining us. We really appreciate it. It's a blessed day, and it's a very, very unique day in the house today. Thank you very much, Nonkululeko, for your time on the
Yes.
African Portal Radio TV International. Enjoy the rest of your day and God bless you. Really good. To everyone, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. A lot of things is coming to our way. If God have laid anything in your heart to support what we are doing in this house, can you feel free to be part of us, share, love, like, extend it to the people around you. And if you want to assist or you want to advertise on this platform as well, it's possible. Call me on +277033584. The number is on the screen. Or you can visit our website www.theafricanportal.co.za. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Go out there, go and grab the copy of the book. That is the book. I celebrate my skin. I also celebrate my as well. Black is beautiful. Look at the smiling coming out of her. Black is beautiful. I love this book. Bless you, ma'am. God bless you. God bless you for this great work. We celebrate you on the African Portal and we say, well done for that great job. Please, people out there, all over Africa, all over the world, go out there, go grab the copy of that book. It's going to bless you. The book will help you, and the story of our life as well will help you. If you are watching this program later, share, like, comment. God bless everyone. Thank you very much. God bless you. It's goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Bye for now.
Yeah.
Bye
Okay.
from the African Portal. God bless you. Enjoy. Bye. Goodbye. Thank you very much. To everyone watching us, thank you very much. Is the goodbye from here. We'll see you again tomorrow by the grace of God. We're going to have a lovely time tomorrow. But enjoy this song before we step out of the pole. Let's dance, let's celebrate, let's have a fun, let's have time to celebrate. Let's go back to the motherland. Let's go back to Situini. Let's enjoy some of the beautiful music coming from there as we round up this program. God bless you and bye from here.